My name is Muhammad Irfan Zikry, TB21043.
My name is Farah Adibah Binti Muhammad Idrus, TG21035.
My name is Hasan Hafiz, TB21025.
Objective. The main of these purposes in this experiment is to perform solution to understand about free fall, which carefully to follow the instruction because it will affect the result. The experiment is conducted by gravitational force and acting an object to find a velocity that we drop from determine the distance. The cloth peg and tennis ball are the main object that we use to compare a solution. The experiment will help us to correct formula and adapt it in specific situation. Basic theory. The free fall definition is the movement of an object only under the influence of gravity. The acceleration caused by this external force on the object. Hence, the motion of the object will be accelerated. The acceleration in this motion is constant because the gravitational force rather than the pull is downwards and has a constant value. For example, say that the object is thrown upwards. Hence, the term acceleration due to gravity means the motion of an object under free fall with constant acceleration towards the Earth can be calculated as g equal 9.8 meter per second square. For the experiment, cloth peg and tennis ball were dropped from 1.2 meter, 1.4 meter, 1.6 meter, and the time taken of each free fall recorded. Next, the cloth peg hung 1.2 meter from the ground onto the wall using a ball pen clip is pressed. The metal cloth peg will release and fall. At that time, the acoustic stopwatch 54F used to record the time. The formula is S equal ut plus 12at per square used to find gravitational force, where the S is the height of an object, A is the acceleration, U is initial velocity, and T is time. This is apparatus we use: measurement tape, tennis ball, metal paper clip, ball pen, 5-foot stopwatch.
At first, we set up the apparatus by attach the measuring tape to the wall. Second, we take the tennis ball to the tip of the pen. Use ruler to measure distance of the project. Open and enter 5-foot. Go to switch and open acoustic watch, setting the threshold to 0.04 and minimum delay 0.2. Test the stopwatch whether it functionable or not. We are going to start free fall experiment, and the first trial is being made for a distance 0.4 meter. Second trial for tennis ball at distance 0.4 meter is 0.292 seconds. The third trial is 0.291 seconds. After the test is done, we are going to change wave by replacing it with cloth peg. The first trial of this object is 0.316 seconds. The second trial is 0.306 seconds. The third trial is 0.301 seconds. After finish all the trial, repeat the same procedure by changing the distance to 0.8 meter and 1.2 meter.
Data and result. These are our two objects that we use in this experiment. The first one is cloth peg and the second one is tennis ball. So the weight for cloth peg is 7.484 gram and for the tennis ball is 66 gram. The radius for the cloth peg is 3.5 centimeter and for tennis ball is 33 centimeter. The cloth peg volume is 0.369 and the tennis ball volume is 157.5. This is our result table. So we have done 3 time trial to get the average for both objects. So this is our average time, which is t square. To calculate average time, we use average time equal to time 1 plus time 2 plus time 3 divided by 3. This is our final velocity table. To calculate final velocity, we use Vf equal height divided by average time. To find gravitational force, S equal ut plus 1 over 2 at square. U is released from rest, S traveling downward, and acceleration is A. By substituting the variable, we get the H equal 1 over 2 gt square. This is our graph of cloth peg, which is light object height against t square. So as you can see, the graph is increased from 0.1 to 0.3. And the equation for this graph is 0.9798x plus 0.347. The last one is graph of tennis ball, which is a heavy object, height against t square. This graph is also increased from 0.1 to 0.3, and the equation for this graph is y equal 1.1576x plus 0.3423.
For discussion, pick something up with your hand and drop it. When you release it from your hand, its speed is 0. On the way down, its speed increases. The longer it falls, the faster it travels. Tennis ball is a heavy object. It's heavier than cloth peg. Light object. Tennis ball falls faster than cloth peg. It's because the heavier of the object is, the faster it falls in the free fall motion. The gravitational force of each object is being calculated using by substituting the variables h equal 1 over 2 gt square. So acceleration due to gravity g equal to m. Some possible errors in this experiment. First, stopwatch may run constantly faster than falling time. Data have a systematic error. Second, environment error may happen when some factor in the environment, like the wind, may cause the scale to read incorrectly. For the conclusion of the project experiment is to measure the acceleration of a falling object, assuming that the only force acting on the object is gravitational force. Objects that fall to the ground from different heights move differently than objects that change location on a surface. The first case of motion is called free fall and is an example of a linear motion with constant acceleration. The heavier an object is, the faster it falls in the free fall motion. The height from which an object is dropped and the time of fall do not affect its acceleration. We can therefore conclude that the acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, thank you.